Hey guys and girls, Nathan Birch here from the B.Invested headquarters today, talking about first home buyers. If you're a first home buyer, congratulations, good time to be buying, awesome opportunities out there. And yeah, a lot of people say, you know, as a first home buyer, people are worried about the fucking bench top or the interest rate on how they can save 0.001%. Interest rates always fluctuate. Who gives a fuck about if you're saving $2 a week or paying $2 more a week? The bigger factor is what is that action that you're going to do by buying that property? How's it going to help you be better off? Most people go into buying a first home as an emotional decision, which, you know, it is kind of an emotional decision. I just look at it as a logical decision, but there is an emotion to it. But you know, when you make any decision that is based purely on emotion without logic, then you're going to, you know, hit a tree and end up as a disaster. You know, I've been helping investors and property owners buy properties for the course of the last, 15 years in property. And looking at first home buyers, there's lots of mindset things behind, how to protect yourself, how to get ahead, and how to have the best outcome when it comes to buying your first home. Looking at buying a first property, you could buy a first house to live in. You could buy a first house as an investment. You could, there's multiple different options there, but let's assuming that we're doing it as our PPOR, which is principal place of residence, which is going to be a home that you live in. There's a level of entitlement out there. A lot of first home buyers, I want this, I deserve that, I should have this, I should have that. I'm not hanging shit on you. I've been there myself, through different phases of my life where, you feel that, I'd like to have this or I'd like to have that, whatever the case may be. The reality, for example, for myself, when I bought my first place, it was a shitty fibre home in Mount Druitt in Western Sydney. It wasn't to live in, it was just all I could afford. And it was full of termites, and that it was a big thing at the time, and I look back and I think, it wasn't. But you don't see, with most people, you don't see that people's dream homes are their first home. So first of all, remove that emotion. You want to get in a home that's going to fit in line with your budget, that's going to be suitable for yourself and your family at this point in time, and be able to carry you for the next, 3, 5, 10 years down the track, until you'll be able to put yourself in a position to move into your dream home. Looking on that aspect, what are some of the things that are very important when buying your principal place of residence, your first home? You want to make sure that you buy it below market value, because it's an investment. If you want it to be an investment, most people's homes aren't an investment because they lose money from overcapitalising, paying too much, being too emotional, and just spending too much. So buying a property that's below market value, what do I mean by that? Most people go, well, the bank said I can buy up to $1 million. So they try and push it to 1.2 mil. Right? They're trying to get the best value for what they can get. If this home is going to carry you for the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, well, the bigger question you need to be asking yourself is, how do I get into my dream home? So looking at buying it below market value. So for example, you buy your first home, let's say a home and land package out there costs $800K. If you can get into a home and land package for $600K and it's not your dream home, well then you're buying it below market value. You're going to put yourself in a position where you've already, in essence, paid off 25% of the property without having to pay off a cent. If you go and open up a home loan calculator and put in, $800,000 loan over 30 years and look at the principal and interest repayments and see how quickly, in the first 10 years, how much of your loan you'll actually pay off. In the first 10 years, you might pay off 100 grand, I don't know what it is, but it's minimal compared to that. So being able to get into a property for $600,000 by buying it well, below market value, gives you a percentage there that you could use for certain things. So in essence, if everything else is selling for $800,000, you pick it up for $600,000, you could technically sell that property, not pay capital gains tax to the extortion racket of the government, and then be able to keep that $200K in your pocket. Let's say you put in $150K to start off with, so it means for your next home, you have $150 plus $200, so you've got $350K ready to go on your second home. Whether that be your dream home or not, you're getting closer to it. The other option is, and the benefit of buying a property that's below market value like this, is that when buying a property that's below market value, you're putting a buffer in place. The market would have to step back, 20 to 25% before you lose money on the property. A lot of people, buy properties at peaks of markets. People are scared, is the market in a peak, is it in a bubble, or whatever the case may be. If you're buying it below market value, you've built in a buffer. It'd have to be a pretty extreme case for the market to drop by 25% and for you to actually even be hurt. So, that's another benefit of it. The alternate benefit of it is that, this is what a lot of people don't realise, is that if you bought a property worth 800 for 600, you've got 200,000 in equity there. And I'm not your financial advisor, so you need to get financial advice when it comes to this, or speak to your finance strategist, not just a normal home loan specialist or anything like that, like a finance strategist that understands financing to be able to help you do this. If you need help with that, I've got Zinger Finance as a part of the group of companies here, which are the experts when it comes to financing. You've got 200,000 in equity there at 80%. That's 160,000 that you can pull out from equity. In a hypothetical scenario, you could go and buy another one of those properties for 600,000 and be able to buy, build, or do whatever you got to do, reno, sell it, make yourself 200 grand again, chuck that on your loan, which you bought it for 600, you got a loan on it, pay that loan down, so you're now down to 400k mortgage. You can go and repeat that process 3 times. If you did that one project once a year for the next 3 years, you would have your mortgage paid off in 3 years. Let's be conservative and say do it once every second year, in 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, Your home, how can you use that home to take yourself on the journey to put yourself in a better financial position? Is it something where you pull out the 200,000 and we go over here and you buy 3 investment properties, which are going to be 200,000 purchase price, rent for 300 per week, be neutral cash flow and look after themselves. Those 200k properties go to 400k in the next 5 to 10 years. So you've got 200k profit, times it by 3 equals 600k. That's without repeating that process again to get 10 to 20 properties. 10 to 20 investment properties. If you had 10 properties and they all put in $100 per week into your pocket, times it by 10, that is $1,000 per week, or writing's really bad on this, guys, so apologies in advance, 50k per year. So, might seem confusing, it might seem a little bit full on, but I've helped out thousands of first home buyers, thousands of investors over the years be able to get themselves in a strong financial positions from using these same strategies that I've used myself to get myself out of the workforce at the age of 24. If you need help with this, if you need a strategy session, you need a finance strategy session, you need a purchasing strategy session, call the office and one of my team will be able to point you in the right direction and help you get on the right track with buying your first home. We'll catch up soon. Have an awesome day.